Hello, hello, my loves. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Pisces, we have the Bardo, the Unseen, the Creator, the Vow, the Shapeshifter, and the Mentor. The Unseen in the Bardo is very much like the idea of like a dreamlike state, an otherworldly experience. It can be dreams, it can be apparitions, it can be deja vu, I feel like a lot of times if I feel like I'm questioning myself, I ask for, like a sign, like how can I know that like this is the right thing for me to do? And oftentimes, like I'll experience something like deja vu or, like something of that nature. And I feel like Pisces, there's just been something that you've been experiencing where you're like, I'm not sure what's the best thing to do in this scenario. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not really sure how to proceed with this. And so I'm just gonna I'm gonna ask for that sign. I'm gonna ask for that thing. Because I don't know, like especially Pisces, because Pisces are so ethereal. They're so like universe, And so it's just kind of like if you came in and you have something that you want to do, something that you want to create, that you're like, well, I know I'm here for this purpose. Like I have this purpose. And yet I feel like I'm off course. And if I feel like I'm off course, like show me a sign that tells me that I'm going in the right direction. And I almost feel like there's somebody who, like, this seems like a swooping in energy of somebody who shows up the shapeshifter is somebody who shows up completely differently. Like one day they are this, the next day they are that. You know what I mean? Like there's something about this energy that has shifted. I don't know if that's your energy, or if that's an outside energy. So we'll do clarifiers because, obviously these are general reads and, take what resonates, how it resonates, and leave the rest. But yeah. Okay, Knight of Swords, Page of Cups, Seven of Cups. This is lack. This is lack. This is a whole lot of lack. And then there's a decision to speak on like a relationship. I think a desire for a relationship. I don't know, because I almost, Pisces, it was in your last reading. For a lot of you, you were like getting out of one relationship and like getting right into another relationship. And I feel like part of that, like, what do I do, is almost like you have a choice between two people. And you're like, how do I know which one to choose? Like, tell me what to do, universe. And it's like you dream of the person who you're supposed to be with. You know what I mean? You have like these moments of deja vu where you're like, oh, like I know I'm supposed to be here right now. I know this is the direction I'm supposed to go. I just don't feel like you know which direction you're supposed to go right away. And I kind of feel like the idea here is that like there weren't really any directions that you wanted to go, right? There's like all those cups, but ain't nothing in any of them. You know what I mean? Like nothing that I want here, like moving along. And then I feel like this idea of like somebody really wanting to like to swoop in and offer a relationship. These are gender neutral reads, so take what resonates, how it resonates, and leave the rest. You can be on either side of the story or dealing with somebody in this energy. But this really does feel like to me that there is somebody who I don't know, because I just feel this almost like this facetious little like, hey, can I show you something? And then they show you something, and it's almost like when they show you something, they like there's this sense of an unveiling that almost comes in these little I don't know, I almost think of like a scavenger hunt. I don't know, like somebody who's like they want to show you something, but they're like taking you on this scavenger hunt. I don't know. But like when they take you on this scavenger hunt, it's almost like what you're unlocking are like these glimpses into them. And it's like with every glimpse into them, I just feel like you, well, because Pisces will lose themselves in love. Pisces are so like, they just like the romance and the, you know, like, oh, like lose me in it all. You know what I mean? And I feel like there's this decision of like you have to choose, you have to make a choice. And I'm not getting a whole lot of energy from one person. I'm only getting energy from the other. Because I feel like all signs point to this person, not that person. However that plays out for you in your life. Or maybe it's not a person and it's like a job, and it's like I have these two choices between these two jobs, and like which job do I take? You know, or like I have these two choices of two places to live. Like which place do I live? You know, and you're just kind of like, which way do I go? And like you go and like I almost feel like you're just kind of like, well, I'll just see like what this person wants to show me. You know, like I don't feel like you have any expectations for this, but it's almost like when you're like, well, I'm going to see what this is, and I'm going to ask, you know, like is this the direction that I'm supposed to go? I almost feel like everything that happens in a way that you're just like, there's no question that that's the way that you should go. And in part, I feel like it's because there's this sense of like wild abandonment. You know, like your last read was like wild authenticity. And your wild authenticity seems to be coming from this place of like wild abandonment. You know, like abandoned to, you know, like getting lost in love, getting lost in an experience, you know, because I feel like whatever this scavenger hunt is that you go on, where like these things are like shown to you, like with each uncovering of the of the things, I feel like somebody looks different to you. Like they just look different to you than they did before. And when they look different to you, I think that you feel, I don't know. I feel like you're gonna fall in love with this person, because again, in your last read, it was just kind of like that last relationship that you were in was like it sucked the life out of you, and you know, like fuck that person, and you woke up to it. And when you woke up to it and you decided you weren't gonna take it anymore, it was like somebody who was like ready to be like, okay, but let me show you this, and let me show you this, and let me show you this. Like I can show you the world. Shining, shimmering, splendor. It's Aladdin. Pisces. Okay, let's see what else we can get. Well, the Hermit, the Ten of Swords, the Five of Cups, the Two of Cups. You know, again, whatever this relationship was that you were dealing with in the past, you know, where you felt like you were constantly under attack, where you felt like you were constantly confused, where you felt like you were constantly missing out, where you felt like in the end you were like, it was like, I'm so much better off by myself. I'm so much better off not dealing with that relationship. And then there being like a very sincere sense of justice with a new beginning. I mean, you've got the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Fool. You know, I feel like this decision that you make, while there is an element of just kind of like uncovering things, I don't know, this still feels very scavenger hunt to me, because it's just kind of like, I'm just gonna let you uncover like one thing at a time. But like, I feel like as soon as you uncover one thing, it's like it gives you a clue to go to the next thing, and then you get to the next thing, and then you're like, oh, you know what I mean? And then, you know, like, because there's just a total scavenger hunt vibe happening here. But it feels like that's exactly how it needs to be. I don't know why, you know, but there's such a solid decision here. you know, like this, like eat of this if you dare. But the decision seems to come from this person who, like, they want to show you like what they have to offer, but they don't. I just kind of feel like this isn't common knowledge, right? Like not everybody in the world knows this. Like, this is something sacred that I want to share with you because you are sacred to me, you know? And like that level of just kind of like, okay, well, let's see, you know what I mean? And then you see it and you're like, I don't know, I almost feel like your response to it, like your commitment to it then opens up that next thing, you know? And then the next thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing. And I feel like you're partnering with somebody who feels lost in a sense of wild abandonment with you, because I think that they understand that, like, you haven't been in a position to like experience the wild abandonment that you've longed for. You know, like, I want to abandon myself to this love. I want to abandon myself to this life. I want to lose myself in all of it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to withhold anything. And I just kind of feel like there's somebody who's like recognizing this in you in like the same way. Like, the compatibility here is just like uncanny, you know? And so, like, if you were asking for a sign, I just feel like you didn't get a sign. You got the fucking trumpet blaring, you know? Like, this is exactly the direction that you needed to go. And thank God that you had faith to just keep walking when all of those people wanted to tell you that you should stop. Pisces. Okay. We have the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Cups, the Knave of Wands. Well, I mean, the Eight of Swords is just kind of that, like, you're not really confined. You can walk away, you know? But I don't know. I mean, again, that idea of like how, like, she's blindfolded, she's tied up, you know, like, she doesn't feel like she has a choice. And so, you know, like, she chooses to walk away. Because when she realizes that she does have a choice, like, what kind of person keeps you bound? What kind of person binds you to insecurity? What kind of person binds you to your triggers? You know, what kind of person, like, binds you to their ego? You know, and I just kind of feel like not this person. I feel like there was a cord cutting that worked out in your favor. And I think that when you cut that cord, there was a part of you that thought, maybe I wasn't supposed to cut that cord, but if I didn't cut that cord, I was going to drown. And I almost feel like somebody, like, coming by on a boat and, like, throwing you a thing and being like, hey, do you want to come? You know, like, do you want to dry off? Do you want to, you know, like, you want some tea, some hot tea? Do you want to, you know, like, do you want to see this? Do you want to see this? Because, like, this scavenger hunt energy is almost like this, like they just want to see how they can, like, make you comfortable so they can show you that everything's going to be okay. And I feel like with every step of feeling like it's okay, there's this, like, sense of, like, of abandonment, but abandonment in, like, the best way imaginable, you know? Like, where you can just lose yourself to an experience. And I feel like you're doing that, but you're not doing it alone. And I do feel like there's somebody who's, like, almost like walking you through the process of, like, this is why you can trust this. This is why you can trust this. And then when you trust this little thing, then you get to the next thing and the next thing. But, like, trust is very fragile, right? It's way easier to build trust. You know, like, and once trust has been broken, which I feel like Pisces, you've experienced some very like broken trust. And like, you might be like feeling a little sensitive. But if you're feeling a little sensitive, I just feel like this person is so in tune to you that they know how to like securely like hold your hand through the process, you know, and like they can anticipate what it is that you really need, and what it is that you really want, and what it is that you want to experience and hear, and why you want to hear that, and where you want to go, and why you want to go there, and you know what I mean? And I feel like being with you is an experience, Pisces, and being with you is an experience that this person wants to have. And I feel like somebody else that you were dealing with, like, they were like, being with you is an experience that's such a pain in the ass. And you just being like, okay, you know, like, let me go experience life with people who want to experience it with me. You know, you should never have to ask someone to want to be with you. If they want to be with you, they will make every effort in the world to do it, and nothing will get in their way, you know? And you'll know it because their actions will say it. And they don't have to say it to you because their actions are proving it. And the trust that you have in that supersedes, I think, like the mistrust of like people who always have something to say but nothing to do. And yay for that. Yay for those people. The good ones, not the other ones. The ones who actually do things, not the ones who talk about it. Eros, romance. Yes, I do. I think, Pisces, that there is like this one from one relationship to another. And I think that like whatever experience you had with the one relationship, I think that now you're just having a completely different experience. And I feel like there is, I don't know why the scavenger hunt seems to be a thing, but it does feel like there's just this like this reveal, a like little reveal to the next little reveal until you get to the great big reveal, you know what I mean? But it's like the most fun revealing experience of your life. And I love that. Okay, Pisces, if this does resonate with you, please do give me a like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Bye.